Okay, we're on part B, and part B looks a little bit more difficult. And it says, suppose U is a point 0, U, and V is a point 5, comma, V, are points lying on the graph of f of x. I want to point out what f of x is again. We just did this over here. This is f of x. By the way, f of x is a parabola. I know that much. It goes on to say, there's a horizontal line through V that cuts the y-axis at W. All right, I got that over there. All right. Denote the circle which passes through UV and W by C. Find the circumference of C in terms of pi. All right, a little complicated. So I'm going to the whiteboard, and I want to, talk about what this looks like to me. So I'm going to write down what they told me. They told me they have a U, and U is a point, which is going to be 0, U, and V is a point, and V is a point 5V, all right? And they say it's, these points are on the parabola, all right? So suppose U and V are points on the parabola. So I want to just remind you what that parabola is. F of x is equal to 12 over 25 x squared plus 14. And I could write these points down now. So U, let's take a look at that. Well, you're going to get a nice point over here. The 0 is really easy to plug in, by the way. What are you going to get? You can get 0. If I plug in a 0 there, I just get 14. That's not so bad. And V, that's a 0.5. Well, I just did that, right? That's 26. All right? Now, someone says, can you graph those out? I guess so. I'm not saying it's that important at this point, but I do want to read the other thing they say. They got another point, and the point is W. And W, right, they say the line passing through V. So maybe I should graph this out for you. So 0, 14. I'm not going to count 14, but over here somewhere. And there's a point 526. I'll put this over here. And again, I'm not saying I'm counting or measuring accurately, but I got a feel for it. Then they said there's a point that's going to be perpendicular, all right, to the y-axis. Let me just read that again. The horizontal line passing through V cuts the y-axis at W, and this is the point W. Well, I think I know what W is. And W is going to be 0, and the y-coordinate is going to be 26. All right? Now, I'm not very good at drawing pictures, by the way, but they claim, and I'll have to read it again to you. Suppose U, I got that, I got the V down, are points in the graph of f of x. There's a parabola over here, horizontal line passing through V. Let's see, point W, denote a circle passing, circle goes through all those points, by the way. So one thing I know about it over here, I'm seeing a right triangle. So now I know that this thing is a right angle over here, that there's a circle. Yeah, it's kind of hard to draw that through there, by the way, going through those points over there. Really hard to draw that, by the way. But again, I'll probably maybe make a better picture, but I got something that looks like this over here. Let me go backwards a little bit, because I know my picture's not that great. So I got something like this over here. I really can't draw a good circle, but I know this is the diameter now. And all I got to do is figure out the radius of that, because I'm not going to really draw the circle out. And let's take a look at that, see what we get over there. So the distance between those 2 points, right, is going to be a diameter. And the diameter of that circle, by the way, let's take a look at this. It's going to be 5 minus 0, square it, plus 26 minus 14, square it. So D equals 25. And 26 minus 14, that's going to be 12. That's going to be 144. So D is the square root of 169. And the diameter of that circle is 13. All right, what was their question? And the question is, find the circumference of the circle pi, in terms of pi. The circumference of a circle is 2 pi r, or if you prefer, pi d. Well, I think pi d is in order here. Why is that? I know what d is, so it's 13 pi. And we're done. All right? Now, certainly, I know my picture's not so great. I'm really kind of bad at drawing pictures over here. I do want to go back to the notes, by the way, and I'll look at the notes over here. And I just want to briefly go through. When I first did the problem, I didn't draw the picture, by the way. And the reason is I just figured that I didn't need to draw the picture. And what I kept writing down was, HK is the center, blah, blah, blah. And I kind of figured out pieces, figured out the H of it and the K of it. It really wasn't bad to do, by the way. It turned out to be pretty nice, by the way. But the bottom line is, I will say if I drew a picture, that it would be a lot easier for me. And the reason for that, I start to detect that it's going to be a circle. And I want to point out about that theorem I'm using over here, that I had this over here, and I said that this was the diameter, right? Now the diameter this would be at 90 degrees if that's the case, by the way. These are 3 points in the circle. That the point between there and there has got to be a diameter over there. So again, drawing a picture does help, right? Now, certainly it may not help if your pictures are pretty poor, by the way. You might not be able to understand what the picture's giving you. But again, that key feature there was the right angle, by the way, which indicate that was a diameter, which allowed me to do the prop quickly. But either way you approach a problem, you get the same answer, which is 13 pi. Thank you.